World Health Day. Right? And it received a lot of, everybody understands Malayalam, right? So Manglish is okay. And how much time do I have? I can go on talking for 3-4 hours also. I want to know as to how much time should I wind up? It's 10:45. So what time should I wind up to take questions?
Not more than 2 hours.
Okay, so 7th of April was the World Health Day, and a lot of attention has been given to this in the last 2-3 years, especially in the background of seemingly fit, muscular, fit, fit, healthy and fit, succumbing to cardiovascular disease, right? Right? And we have had, more number of people where visibly they look very healthy and fit, but are getting, they're collapsing, they're getting a syncope or collapsing and getting a heart attack, and these kind of mini issues, right? Increasingly became common after and during COVID, right? So people started, so there was time where I used to go, when I was going to work out, I was taking videos and then show off in a Instagram story, deadlifting, squatting, so people started messaging me saying that don't work out like this, it's not good for heart. Don't work out, see Puneet Rajkumar used to work out like this and he succumbed to cardiovascular disease. I used to get these kind of messages, right? And it really got me thinking. It also got me a little irritated, because why do people think like this? And I started thinking, from their perspective, yes, exercises are supposed to improve cardiovascular health, like exercising improving in the level. But then why do exercises cause heart issues? It's a very sensible thing for a common man to get confused about, right? So that takes us to the obvious question: how much exercise is too much exercise? Right? Right? And that is true for anything. Right? That is true for anything. So I'm just trying to, in this session, I'm just trying to bring in certain concepts of health, wellness and fitness, link it up together, and at the same time differentiate all these three aspects. Health, fitness and wellness. Are they the same? They're not. Are they different? They're not. Yes, you're right. They're not same. They're not very different either, right? So how are they related? In what aspects are they similar? And what aspects are they different? Right? And after the basic background of the premise I probably will be getting some ideas. So my idea is not here to kind of make earth-shattering discoveries and say that this is the only way you should do it. My idea of doing this session is basically to give you some insight which will equip you to think from your own feet. And that's very important, because what fits me need not necessarily fit him, need not necessarily fit you. Right? Because every body is different, every person is different. Different in terms of what? Age, gender, medical conditions, physical ailments, physical conditions, genetics, metabolism, different ideas, right? So my idea is basically to give a broad guideline so that you will be able to think it from your own sense and be able to make sensible conclusions as to what is health, wellness and fitness. So when we talk about fitness, health, wellness, first thing what comes to your mind when I say fitness? What comes to your mind when I say fitness?
Less fat.
Less fat, okay. Fitness. Right? This is what comes to your mind. Fitness is not about exercise. In simple parlance, in simple basic language, fitness is about gym, Zumba center, yoga center. That's what comes to our mind. Like less fat, no belly, having a six-pack abs for a man, being able to do very physically strenuous things. That is what is fitness, right? Cool. And what comes to your mind when I say that?
Yes, pain without disease.
Without disease, absolutely, right? So basically, you take your blood reports, your blood pressure is within range, diastolic, systolic numbers within range, HbA1c sugar average sugar below 6, cholesterol well within range. This is basically what is being healthy means, right? Now what does wellness and healthy means? So health means absence of diseases, right? Health means absence of diseases. What is wellness?
Overall feeling good factor. Brain good and you are
Mind also, right?
Absolutely. So simple ആയിട്ട് പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ health എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ absence of disease. Absence of disease കൊണ്ട് മാത്രം നമുക്ക് well-being ഉണ്ടായിക്കൊള്ളുന്നില്ല. Well-being is presence of positive things also. For example, എനിക്ക് 6 pack abs ഉണ്ട്. എനിക്ക് എൻ്റെ blood reports എല്ലാം normal ആണ്. So I am fit, I am healthy. പക്ഷെ I am not happy. I am not content in life. So this aspect is missing. The wellness aspect is missing, right? So wellness is about, so that's the key thing, right? Now, this is that simple Venn diagram. High school A union B, A intersection B, Venn diagram, right? So there is a health subset, there is a fitness subset, there is a wellness subset. See, there are certain parameters common between these two, health and fitness. So not being overweight is important, is required for a person to be both healthy and both fit. Right? When you say fit, you're talking about 6-pack abs, you're talking about being muscular, powerful strength, flexibility, right? And clasp your hands like this. The ability of your body to move around pain-free range of motion, that is also part of fitness, right? So fitness is പക്ഷേ ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു 6-pack abs ഉള്ള ഒരാൾക്ക് കൊളസ്ട്രോൾ നോർമൽ ആണെന്ന് നമുക്ക് പറയാൻ പറ്റും. Not necessarily. ആളുടെ ബ്ലഡ് പ്രഷർ സിസ്റ്റോളിക് ഡയസ്റ്റോളിക് 80-120 ആണെന്ന് നമുക്ക് 100% പറയാം. Not necessarily. Right? So health എന്ന് പറയുന്നതാണ്. Okay. Now when we say talk about wellness, we talk about emotional well-being, mental well-being, social well-being, right? നമ്മുടെ what is that? That Bollywood actor who committed suicide, right? 3 years back. Sushant Singh Rajput, right? So might be fit, might be healthy, but mental well-being also comes into picture. So now the thing to understand here is that all these 3 things are, this is what I said, all these 3 things are related. They are not exactly the same. But they are not very different either. The thing to understand is that you can't put an equal to symbol between health and fitness. Health to fitness in the equal to symbol is but they are correlated. Correlation does not imply causation. Have you heard this? Correlation does not imply causation. Meaning, variable A and variable B are correlated. Let's assume positively correlated. A B. But doesn't mean that A will cause B. Classic example. Being overweight and diabetic are correlated. Overweight but diabetic avanna sadhyatha kudu. Endu overweight aaya ellavarum diabetic aano. Alla. Tirichu. Endha diabetic aaya ellavarum overweight aano. Alla. You understand, right? So correlated aanu but does not imply causation. Right? So that's the difference. So that comes to probably an obvious question. Obesity leads to lifestyle disorders. But if that is the case, why is people who are not overweight getting lifestyle disorders? Right? Are you thinking in that direction? I hope, right? We'll come to that, right? We won't have thought, right? So this is clear, right? So this is the difference. So they are correlated, but correlation does not imply causation. Okay, so what does it entail? What does it require for a person to be healthy and fit? Basically, don't look at the screen, look here now. Let's assume that you're studying, we are all studying for a university exam. Okay? And there's a syllabus. Okay? Syllabus is 95-98% questions. 2% questions will come from our syllabus. Common sensely we study that syllabus first. And then we'll worry about the auto syllabus. Right? Then we will look at internet and then try to read out syllabus things, right? The same way, the syllabus of becoming healthy, these are 3 modules. Eat right, exercise and be physically active, sleep well, rest, manage stress. This is 98% syllabus of becoming healthy or becoming fit. Remaining 2% is what we hear in WhatsApp universities and Facebook universities. Right? I'm not entirely entirely discrediting it and brushing it off. It does not. ചൂടുവെള്ളം കുടിക്കണോ തണുത്തുവെള്ളം കുടിക്കണോ ഭക്ഷണം കഴിക്കുമ്പോൾ തലകുത്തി ഇന്ന് കഴിക്കണോ ഇന്ന് കഴിക്കണോ നിന്ന് കുടിക്കണോ വെള്ളം. Right? I'm not saying there is no scientific relevance at all to that. But that is just analysis paralysis. Without taking care of these three things, no point worrying about the remaining 2%. 2% syllabus പഠിച്ചിട്ട് എന്തായാലും എക്സാം ജയിക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല. Right? So without doing these three things, so when somebody wants to become healthy, വെള്ളം തിളപ്പിക്കുമ്പോൾ ചുക്കിട്ട് തിളപ്പിക്കണോ ജീരകമിട്ട് തിളപ്പിക്കണോ is not your primary thing that you should worry about. Are you eating right? Are you exercising? Are you taking care of stress and managing? That's what is important, right? Now when we talk about eat right, what does eat right mean? There are no wrong answers here. Come on, what does eat right mean? No junk food, yes.
Eat on time.
Eat on time, yes.
Like one.
Okay, let's just hold these two information, right? No junk food, eat on time. I'm not eating any junk food. I'm eating organically procured, minimally processed, very good food. Okay? And I'm also eating on time. I'm eating breakfast on time, I'm eating lunch on time, I'm eating dinner on time. Okay? ഒരുവിധം മലയാളികളുടെ across India, if you ask, what does eating right mean? These are the two things that we get. Can't blame people, but there's one thing that we obviously let go of or won't give too much of importance. For example, let's suppose I'm eating good food, I'm eating on time, but instead of eating one portion, I'm eating 2 portions. It doesn't matter then. നല്ല ഭക്ഷണമാണോ സമയത്ത് കഴിച്ചതുകൊണ്ട് യാതൊരു അധികമായ മൃദു വശം. I might be eating the world's most healthiest food. I might be eating on time, but I eat more than what my body needs. Fatty liver വരും, cholesterol വരും. Clear? So eating right does not stop at eating good food or eating on time. Important ആണ് അല്ലാന്നല്ല പറയുന്നത്. It also matters how much did you eat. Quality of calories is important. Equally important is quantity of calories. Right? ഇത് രണ്ടും കിട്ടാതെ കാര്യമില്ല. Right? Now what does exercise means? What are the kind of, give me some exercise names? Jogging. Okay. Walking, okay. Swimming. Cycling, Zumba. Yoga, my god, yoga. Yes, yoga. Now, might be a shocker for some of you, walking is not an exercise. I'll give some time for that to sink in. Walking is not an exercise. Walking is an activity. And it's a great activity. But just not an exercise. It might be an exercise for someone who is very old perhaps, not able to do physically strenuous tasks. നമ്മുടെ സ്റ്റേഡിയം രാവിലെ ചെന്നതിന് കുറേ പേര് നടക്കുന്നുണ്ടാവും. എഴുതി തരാം 99% of those people who are walking can actually do exercises which are not more strenuous, but they rational. ഏറ്റവും എളുപ്പമുള്ള എക്സസൈസ് എന്താണ് അത് ഞാനെനിക്ക് ചെയ്യാം. The easier an exercise becomes, lesser it becomes an exercise. Okay, exercises are meant to be. What's the difference between an exercise and an activity? Activity is something that we do daily, like what I'm doing right now. I'm talking. I need energy for this also. Like I'm spending energy. Energy spending. But exercise is different. Exercise is a lot more structured. I do it with a specific intention, specific need to improve maybe my cardiovascular fitness, maybe to build my muscles, maybe to improve my flexibility, right? And I common sense, simple terms, I might end up burning more calories. Half an hour activity, half an hour exercise, difference in terms of the calories burned, right? So let's be very clear about activity and exercises, right? We'll come to different types of exercises and all that. Third one, stress and sleep management, 8 hours of sleep, managing stress, breathing exercises, yoga, connecting mind, body, soul and all that part, right? We'll get into detail on all these things. So these 3 things is the basic modules and syllabus that I told you for the exam of becoming healthy, right? So what are percentage, I don't know, let's forget that. Okay? Okay, so how do you know if a person is healthy or fit? How do you measure that? BMI. Right, what is BMI? Body mass index. എങ്ങനെ കാൽക്കുലേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ അറിയാമോ? Weight by height in meter square. Okay? അപ്പോൾ അതിന്റെ കണക്കനുസരിച്ചിട്ട് 20 മുതൽ 25 വരെയാണെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഹെൽത്തി, 25-ന് മേലെയാണെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഓവർ വെയിറ്റ്. അതാണ് കണക്ക്. 18.5, ചിലർ 20-25 പറയും, ചിലർ 18.5 to 20. 18.5 to 25 is within range. Okay? Now, so going by that, who's healthy? രണ്ടുപേരുണ്ട്, ഒരാൾ എടുത്തുന്നത് രണ്ട് സെയിം ഹൈറ്റ് 1.7 meters. ഇയാൾ BMI 23, ഇയാൾ BMI 27. 25 മേലെ unhealthy, right? So who's unhealthy here? The guy on the right. Alle? Now do you change your mind? Change of answer? No? You still think the guy on the left is healthy, the guy on the right is unhealthy? Here you said this guy is healthy because BMI is 23, below 25. The other one is about 25. Right? And the same height. Weight marker difference. You still stick on to the guy on the left? What has changed? Are you confused? Are you like dumbstruck? Are you like thinking what the hell just happened? Whom do you think is healthy now? Second one. Why? Yes, second one is healthier. Obviously healthier than the first one. Why? What is the difference? ശരിയാണ്. ഒരു ആൻസർ. Less body fat percentage. Yes. And what else? More muscles. Right? So what is the difference here? So, okay. So the difference here is that നമ്മുടെ ശരീരത്തിലെ total body weight roughly 4 divide ചെയ്യും. വെള്ളം, water content, bone is there, muscle is there, fat is there. Right? അപ്പോൾ ഒരാളുടെ total weight within range ആണ്. ആ റേഞ്ചിലാണ്. പക്ഷെ അയാളുടെ ഫാറ്റ് മാസ് കൂടുതലാണ്, മസിൽ മാസ് കുറവാണ്. പക്ഷെ എല്ലാം കൂടെ ആഡ് ചെയ്ത് നോക്കുമ്പോൾ വിത്തിൻ റേഞ്ചാണ്. അതാണ് ഇവിടെ പറ്റി. അപ്പോൾ ഫാറ്റ് പെർസെൻറ്റേജ് ആസ് എ ടോട്ടൽ വെയിറ്റ് നോക്കി ഇയാളുടെ ഫാറ്റ് പെർസെൻറ്റേജ് കൂടുതലാണ്. ടോട്ടൽ വെയിറ്റിന്റെ ഫാറ്റ് കോണ്ടന്റ് പെർസെൻറ്റേജ് കണക്ക് നോക്കിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇയാളുടെ ഫാറ്റ് പെർസെൻറ്റേജ് കൂടുതലാണ്. ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരാൾ വിസിബിളി ഓവർ വെയിറ്റ് അല്ല, പക്ഷെ മെറ്റബോളിക്കലി ഓവർ വെയിറ്റ് ആണ്. What do you mean by metabolically overweight? Metabolic diseases എന്ന് കേട്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ? Diabetes, cholesterol, thyroid. ഇതെല്ലാം metabolic disorders ആണ്. Something to do with our metabolism being broken. Right? ഈ metabolically visibly overweight അല്ല, പക്ഷെ metabolic parameters നോക്കിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ will fall into the category of a obese or an overweight person. അതാണ് ഈ എടുത്തു വരുന്ന പ്രശ്നം. It is actually a condition called normal weight metabolically obese. It's actually a condition called normal weight metabolically obese. ഞാൻ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ, എല്ലാ ഓവർ വെയിറ്റ് ഡയബറ്റിക് ആയ ആൾക്കാർ ഓവർ വെയിറ്റ് അല്ല, പക്ഷെ അയാൾ ഇങ്ങനെ ഉണ്ടാവും. That's the difference. Right? So what is that we need to look at? We need to look at body composition, right? What is the body composition? എത്ര മസിൽ മാസ് ഉണ്ട് സിമ്പിൾ ആയിട്ട്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എത്ര ഫാറ്റ് മാസ് ഉണ്ട്, ആ ഡിഫറൻസ് ആണ് വരുന്നത്. റൈറ്റ്? അപ്പോൾ ഇതൊരു ബ്രോഡ് പിക്ടോറിയൽ റെപ്രസെന്റേഷൻ ആണ്. A healthy body fat percentage for a male is somewhere between 12% to 20%. Okay, healthy for a female is somewhere between 15% to 20%. ഇതാണ് healthy body fat percentage. പല മെത്തേഡ്സ് ഉണ്ട് കാൽക്കുലേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്. ജിമ്മിലൊക്കെ ചെന്ന് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ബോഡി മെഷീൻസ്, ബോഡി കോമ്പോസിഷൻ മെഷീൻസ് ഉണ്ട്. സൂപ്പർ സ്പെഷ്യാലിറ്റി ഹോസ്പിറ്റൽസായിട്ട് എക്സാ സ്കാൻ ഉണ്ട്, സ്കിൻ കാലിപ്പേഴ്സ് ഉണ്ട്. പിന്നെ ശരീരത്തിന് ചുറ്റുമുള്ള സെന്റിമീറ്റർ അളവ് കളക്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ട് അങ്ങനെ നമുക്ക് അറിയാൻ പറ്റും ബോഡി ഫാറ്റ് പെർസെന്റേജ് എങ്ങനെയാണ്. മൾട്ടിപ്പിൾ മെത്തേഡ്സ് ടു ഡു ദാറ്റ്. ബട്ട് ബ്രോഡ്ലി ദിസ് ഇസ് എ പിക്ടോറിയൽ റെപ്രസെന്റേഷൻ ടു കൈൻഡ് ഓഫ് ബി ഏബിൾ ടു visibly understand as to where that person is in terms of the body composition. When you say body composition, we are broadly talking about body fat percentage. So that's the main number to talk about, right? Okay. So now coming to the exercises bit of it. I already mentioned there's no one size fits all, right? So we have similar shoes. Okay. So when we talk about fitness, okay, when we talk about fitness, right? How do you understand a person? There are multiple methods for a person to be fit. ഒരു ഫുട്ബോൾ കളിക്കുന്ന ഒരാൾ, ഒരു ഈ ജിംനാസ്റ്റിക്സ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ബോക്സിംഗ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരാൾ രണ്ടുപേരും ഫിറ്റാണ്. ബട്ട് ആർ ദി ബോത്ത് ഫിറ്റ് ഇൻ ദ സെയിം വേ? No. They both are fit in two different ways, right? So how do you understand a person is fit? So let's understand the background of what does it mean for a person to be fit. Essentially talking about 5 parameters. One already നമ്മൾ കണ്ടു body composition and percentage body fat ഉണ്ട് എന്നുള്ളതാണ് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നത്, right? അപ്പോൾ body fat കുറയ്ക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ മസിൽ കൂട്ടാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ജിമ്മിൽ പോയി ചെയ്യുന്ന വർക്കൗട്ട്സ്, right? Essentially involves weight training, lifting weights, resistance training. That's basically what improves muscle mass, right? There is cardiovascular endurance, which is how much can you run, swim. Cardiovascular is heart and lung. Any exercises where you pant and gas for breath is a cardiovascular exercise, right? So cardiovascular endurance is that